Hello. Tonight we're going to be learning about using the app Desmos, which is just a graphing app that is very intuitive and very easy to see and very easy for anyone to use, and also some other really cool built-in features. Desmos is a free app, and it is this last one on the bottom row. It's green. It has a couple things graphed on it. When you open it up, you're going to see a screen like this. Nothing was graphed on it, obviously. If you tap on the left-hand side in that box, you see it lights up, you can use Desmos as a regular calculator. You can just say 5 plus 5 and hit equals and hit 10, and it'll tell you if that's true. Or if you don't want to try to guess the answer, if you notice, it's going to come up and say 5 plus 5 equals 10. So you can use it as a regular calculator, or you can enter down to a new line just by tapping below it, and you can graph on this. So if we said 2x plus 3, you can see there it is. It's going to graph the line for us in purple. It might be a little hard to see what color it is, but it is purple. If you tap on the line, you can see it's going to tell you where the intersection points are, both of them, if you need them. You can also zoom in by touching this arrow up here in the right-hand corner, so you can zoom in and zoom out. You can graph lots of lines on one page, so if you just tap right below, you can hit x squared minus 6, we'll say. Tap anywhere to make the keyboard go away, and you can see another parabola graphed on there. You can also just sort of pinch to zoom in and out, and you can also tap on these points to find the intersections, to find the zeros, to find the vertex, any information you want to know. You can also delete any of these graphs by tapping the X there by the graph, or you can turn them off. If you don't want to see the parabola right now, you just tap the little orange circle on the side and it goes away, and you can bring it back very easily. You can also change how these things are shown. If you don't want to show the formula or the function, you can also use a table. You hit this gear in the top, and you can turn one of them into a table, and so it'll show you what your table value should be and plot those points for you. So this is very good for several levels of mathematics. Now you might have noticed that some of these lines are kind of hard to see on this projection, and it'd be even harder to see if you were projecting onto a very large screen. So the Creative Desmos have a very unique feature. If you hit the wrench up in the top right corner, you'll see projector mode as an option. And when you do that, it makes the lines much more bold and the font on the other side's bigger, so it's easier to see whenever you're projecting for a classroom. That's the main features that it has with graphing. Of course, there's lots of other tools and things you can find by playing around with it, but those are the main features. Desmos has one other really cool thing, actually a lot more than one. If you tap in the top left-hand corner, the 3 bars that signifies the menu, this is where you can come if you want a whole new blank graph. Instead of having to delete everything out, you can just hit new blank graph. You also see it has all of these things labeled examples all down the side, all the way from lines and algebra, parabolas, trigonometry, polar coordinates, all the way down to calculus. So what these examples are, these built-in virtual manipulatives almost that can help you understand how all of these functions work and what all their parts do. So for instance, parabolas is a good place to start. It's going to give you an example of what this example looks like, and then you can click Open Graph, and it has, in red, a parabola of standard form graphed, and it has the A, H, and K values, where H and K are the vertex coordinates, and then A is how much it's shrunken or stretched. So what you can do is you can use this little slider bar to see what happens to my parabola whenever I have a negative 4.2. What happens whenever my H is equal to 5? What happens when my K is equal to negative 3.7? So this is a very easy way to have students realize what these different numbers in the standard form of a parabola mean. They don't have to graph 14 different things to see that pattern. They can come on here, play with these slider bars, and determine what each of those values do. So there's a tool like this for all kinds of standard graphs that you might see in any algebra class. So I encourage you to go and look around at all of those. And Desmos is just the greatest free graphing app that I have seen because it's just so easy to use and all the different colors. You can graph everything very easily at all ages. You can use it at any level.